So what I want to talk about today is two things. Number one, a tip about, we had been talking about how to run better blinds. And there's one or two more things that came into my mind about that. Little things that you may not think of. One of them is the timing of your voice command. One of the things that I noticed, and I think it's more important than you think, the dog can be, let's say he's way out there and he's starting to waver and get off course, and you're gonna blow your whistle, tweet, and you're gonna holler, back. Well, what I have noticed is that people say back at the same time that they cast. And the trick is trying to remember that the cast is just like an electric collar. It happens instantly, whereas the voice takes a while to get out there. So if a dog's at a couple hundred yards and you go back, the hand signal is going to get there before the voice signal gets there. The thing to remember, other than face the dog, don't face the blind and like this, face the dog. And then when you're going to give a verbal cast, take your hands, put them to your mouth like this. So you're saying back and then cast. That way you'll get your timing perfectly. The dog will see the cast and get the voice command at the same time. So that is, I think that's very important. And it makes you think a little bit more about what cast are you giving, and how are you giving, and what does it look like to the dog. And we've talked many times about practicing. Get your friend to get out there a couple hundred yards and look at you and take a little movie of you, and so you know what you look like when you're casting. If some people saw what they looked like and what that dog has to decipher from the cast that they're given, you'd practice more and try to get better at casting. There's one more thing that I want to mention. I think it's really important. I've mentioned this little book, The Path to Dog Training Success, Dennis Hare. I mentioned this book before, and a few people showed up at training with the book, which was good. But I was looking at it again the other day. There's something so profound in it that I think it's really worth mentioning. A lot of professionals will tell their students, read the dog, read the dog. And people say, what does that mean? What am I supposed to read? He's running. That means scrutinize your dog. That means, is he starting to slow up? Is he speeding up? Is he acting scared? Is he acting cocky, belligerent? You've got to make a note of the exact behavior of your dog. The other thing is, and I see it constantly, I'm going to read a sentence, two sentences to you. And you're going to have to really guard against this because it happens. I see it almost every day. It says here, dogs can do the wrong thing for the right reason. Try not to correct a dog for doing what he thinks is right, even though it is not. I'd modify that and say, make sure you do not correct a dog for doing what he thinks is right, even though it's not. So if you give a dog a command and he seems to be doing it, but it's not exactly what you had in mind, but he thinks it is, don't correct him for that. He's doing what he thought you said. A good trainer will never correct a dog for doing what he just got finished telling him to do. A good example just happened the other day. A dog was going down a channel. He got too far left. The the trainer stops and casts to the left. Dog stops, then he casts him to the right. Dog takes it, but he hits the land. So he gets a big correction for hitting the land. But the trainer had just given that cast. So are we supposed to think the dog should recognize that in our minds what we really wanted was for the dog to take the cast a little while and then turn and go down this channel? Well, some of these dogs are pretty smart, but they're not that smart. Now you can make them scared so they'll never touch another piece of land the rest of their life, but that isn't what you said. You said take this cast. He took the cast, hit the land, and got a correction. To me, that is horrible training. What should have happened is you take the cast, then you get stopped, and then you give the next cast, which is down the channel. So that's just one example, but it happens in various other situations all the time. If the dog thinks he's doing what you told him to do, don't correct him, even though it's not what you had in the back of your mind you was hoping he would do anyway. So this little clip is just a part of what I do many, many days. I go out with Mallard, I put him in a place, and I go out and I throw some marks for him. I do lots of other things, but this is just something that you can do, and it's so much fun. It's fun for you, it's fun for the dog. Sit! Back! You can set this up in so many ways and so many places, and it's simple. And this happens to be a couple of birds, but you can do 5 of them. You can do 1. You can make blind combinations. You can use this to do anything you want. And the reason it's so special is that you're by yourself with your dog. You're not waiting for somebody to show up. You don't need a bird boy. You don't need a training partner. You don't need a training group. You just need you, and you need your dog. Okay, attaboy, Hey, 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 hey. Come here, bring it to me. Good boy, all right. Excellent. Sit, good boy. Okay, come here, here, sit. Kennel. You know, it wasn't too long ago, actually, now that I think about it, it was quite a long time ago, where I used to do this exact same thing, except I used to do it on foot. Now I use motorized vehicles. It makes it a lot easier, and guess what? A lot quicker. Sit! Okay, Leave that one there for a minute. Sit. Back. Here. Heel. Good boy. Sit. Come on. Heel. Heel. Back. Should have put a little more muscle into that throw so it would be on land, but don't say it's today's lesson because the real lesson's coming up.
But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all things that I have said to you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid.